2024 MLB Nike RBI Central Regional Tournament starts here in Chicago, Illinois, as the Home Run Derby kicks things off here on this Thursday afternoon. Joey Fear alongside my partner, Gabby Chernoff. And Gabby, certainly this is an exciting opportunity for these young softball players, certainly to start off and showcase their talents.
Yeah, it is. The Home Run Derby, this is something that's new to this regional tournament. Normally, the past 2 years that it's been hosted here in Chicago by the Cubs, it's been the Cubs and the White Sox programs in baseball and softball. So this is a really cool thing for them to be able to do. The age groups in baseball are getting to do it, and then the girls here for softball. Should be really fun here, a little bit of a shorter distance that these balls can travel in the softball field, so maybe they'll be able to put up some numbers. Should be a good competition.
Yeah, certainly will be. 210 feet to right center and left center, also 210 feet back as well. So all throughout, this is an opportunity for these softball players certainly to showcase their talents ahead of an exciting weekend. 10 players will start things off here in just a few moments, but we have 5 teams here from softball. Gary, Chicago White Sox, the Cubs, Milwaukee, and Indiana. And so certainly all over we have plenty of talent to showcase. But the 10 participants in this softball home run derby: Mia Colazzo, Maya Harrison, Abby Statham-Ball, Kaylin Napier, Emma Morgan, Olivia Jacinto, Zariah Hatcher, Savannah Roberts, Cheyenne Daniel, and Madison Morris. What are you looking forward to most, Gabby, of this weekend and specifically in this home run derby?
I think it'll be really cool to see just what these girls can do with this, because for a lot of them, if they're not going to college, this is kind of, and if they've graduated, this is their last time playing softball. This is kind of their send-off. So they kind of get that experience of being able to take a bus, travel with the team, get that kind of college softball same sort of experience there. And then for the girls who are going to play in college, if they have graduated, it's a nice way for them to kind of be a precursor to the experience that they're going to have. Should be a lot of fun. This home run derby should be a lot of fun as well as we kick things off here.
Well, our first batter, Mia Colazzo. Out of Chicago, Illinois. Part of this Cubs RBI roster that is loaded with talent, as that first one goes way back and just at the wall. A lot of power she's shown here. But they will get a minute and a half as that ball sends back and just before the wall. But yeah, these are players that have a lot of talent and certainly can get a lot of strength on that ball.
Yeah, it's kind of taken Colazzo here just a second to kind of get into her groove. She's picking that right field spot. And it's just kind of landing on the track. She's gotten a few to the track, one foul, and then she's lined a couple over to that same spot too.
Yeah, just short of the track. But what a sight we have on this Thursday evening. Chicago skyline in the background.
Beautiful view from both the baseball and the softball field right of downtown Chicago.
Yeah, the home run derby on the boys' side as that first home run goes 210 to center. She's gotten one so far, but just great to kick things off with Mia Colazzo.
She's going to take her 30-second break here. Each of these batters, when they come up, they can take a 30-second timeout before their minute and a half resumes.
She'll take that break and just get settled again. But boy, the softball programs of each team that sent one is on the rise. And here at Flames Field, the home of University of Illinois Chicago, has sent back all the way. And just before the track, she's got one home run so far. And certainly looking to add more.
She's really getting close on a lot of these.
Everyone seems like it's right at the track, but certainly showing a lot of power as Colazzo Gets only one home run, but certainly looked like there was a lot more. She's got a lot of power, and that's going to be beneficial for this weekend.
Yeah, definitely. Her superstition she has on here, she only wears one batting glove. We saw that right there. She was wearing the one batting glove, still got the one home run there. But she's getting a lot of power on those. That was a good little preview as to what we may be able to see from her the rest of the weekend.
Well, Cubs are off, and the White Sox come on. Maya Harrison will be taking center stage. Maya Harrison out of Broadview, Illinois. Goes to Proviso Math and Science Academy. As her first one is whacked out to right center. And that one is just short as well. But lots of talent here to showcase on this home run derby. This is the third and final year it's in Chicago, so these players certainly want to go out with a bang as Harrison sends one back and records her first home run. Harrison currently in the lead right now with 2 home runs. 2 of the past 3 softballs went out, and Harrison to left center, heading back, and that one hits the scoreboard. That's her 3rd home run. Certainly looking to find her groove.
Yeah, it took her just a second to kind of settle into that, and right after she kind of fell out of it there, she's going to decide to take her break, take a moment to reset, but she found her groove there. We saw her warming up right in the batting cages over here to our left, and I was watching her. They have that net there, obviously, covering where she's hitting that ball, but it sure looked like she was getting a lot of power on those over there, too, and that's coming to fruition right in front of our eyes now.
Certainly is.
Her pitcher here talking her through things.
Harrison once again sends it back. The Chicago White Sox RBI team, this is a team that went 3-1 last year and certainly got big wins over the Cubs, Tigers, and Indy. Maya Harrison certainly could add to this. She's got 3, and that one is sent high into left field, and that one's back. 7 home runs for Maya Harrison, and in a commanding lead as we're through 2 batters.
The wind started picking up there right in the second half of her turn while she was at the plate there, so good on her for being able to still carry those balls all the way out because the wind was blowing against it.
Well, our next batter is the White Sox off the field. And from Gary, Nike RBI. Abby Statham ball. Maya Harrison, 7 home runs. That was certainly a lot. It showed a lot of power being able to get it over the wall.
Yeah, this Chicago White Sox team, it's their 3rd year sending a softball program to this RBI regional. So they've had time to solidify themselves. They found themselves a good, strong hitter there with Harrison. So just as we saw with Collazo, really interested to see what these girls are going to be able to do this weekend in the pool play. Yeah,
they have a lot of key players for the Chicago White Sox. This is the team that scored 40 runs last year. Only gave up 14, so plus 26 run differential. They're certainly looking to take that next step and claim their first RBI Regional World Series. Abby Statham ball. She'll take center stage. So Collazo with 1. Maya Harrison with 7 home runs as we're through 2 batters. Crestwood, Illinois. Well, Gary's excited to be here. They did not come here last year. Statham ball rips one in the left. And once again, you think it's big for these players just to see one go over and then start to get their rhythm from there?
I think it's got to be cool, yeah. Once you kind of lock in and you get yourself going and you get into a rhythm of things and you see yourself kind of having success doing exactly what it is you want to do, that's got to be exciting for them. And you don't really get to participate in a lot of home run derbies when you're playing high school softball, if any at all. I mean, just like us, this is a new thing for us too, never having called one. So it's a cool experience for us too, but obviously more so for these girls being able to do this at this level.
Statham ball has a lot of power, just not able to get it over. Perhaps this is the first. And man, many at the track we've seen just bounce off of the wall.
So she's going to take her time out, maybe taking a little bit longer to settle in than she would have liked to. But like you said, a lot of those are being right at the track. They're right at the wall there. A couple of them have bounced off the top of the wall and come back in.
This is a team that they'll kick things off, Gary, at 10:45 against Indy Nike RBI tomorrow. Well, they got 2 games tomorrow, 10:45 Indy Nike, and then at 3:15 they have the Cubs. So they are excited to be here. As Statham ball haven't been able to get one over yet. Perhaps there's the first. Now just short once again. She rips through the ball, has a lot of power, and that's going to come in certainly very handy.
This wind now, too, if you look at the flags, it's blowing inward towards us, so maybe putting a little bit of resistance on that ball as she's trying to carry it over the wall.
5 seconds.
What a venue this UIC Flames field is. A great background and just a great overall setting here for baseball and softball, as Statham ball not able to get over a home run, but certainly she has a lot of power. Is going to be big and beneficial for this team.
Yeah, just because she's not getting it all the way over the wall, she has a lot of power. Like you said, she's carrying those balls out there, and not like she's playing like she's trying to strategize where the ball drops when she is hitting it. But a lot of those would have been in good gaps had it been a real game with outfielders.
Yeah, for sure.
So I sound like a broken record, but it's really cool to see this now as a precursor to what we're going to see the rest of the weekend.
Well, out of Indy RBI, they're going to take the field. Kaylin Napier out of Decatur Central High School in Indianapolis. A ton of Indianapolis natives that make out this roster. Cubs mascot Clark. Looks like he might be perhaps taking a swing. But this is
I think you should do it.
I think so
give
too.
him a turn.
But this is a softball field that doesn't have much seating, so it is going to be packed in. It is going to be loud this weekend. They certainly look to have a lot of support.
Yeah, all these other RBI baseball teams, their derby's starting here in just a little bit too. But they're out here supporting, so it's really good to see these programs coming out and supporting each other for the derby.
Look at Clark taking some balls of his own.
Those are some pretty sweet shoes. He's got the high top platform Converse with a Cubs logo on the side.
A backwards hat, he's rocking that.
You think we could get a pair of those?
I don't know about that. Ooh. Yeah, UIC Flames Field, and what a great setting and a great campus for baseball and softball. They have players are excited to be here, both on the softball and baseball side. Certainly looking to support each other. It looks like Clark, the Chicago mascot, is taking some of his own, taking some batting practice.
He's just excited to be here. He's doing a pretty good job, too.
Wow.
He'd be in second place if this was For real.
Yeah, but how about it so far? Maya Harrison certainly standing out with 7 home runs. You had Colazzo with 1. Stayed in ball, not able to get any, but Harrison 7 home runs of her own.
And 4 of those were back to back to back to back. Once she got into her groove, like I said earlier, she was just smoking them over the wall,
Yeah.
and she fell out of it, had to take a second. But 7, very impressive for
Yeah.
her.
Mascot home run derby champion.
The Broadview, Illinois native certainly in front right now and currently leading this home run derby. 3 players down, 7 more to go here in round 1. Obviously each a minute and a half, but 3 of the 10 will advance to the final as Emma Morgan looks like she'll be up.
Next up is Emma Morgan from Blue Springs, Missouri.
So Emma Morgan out of Blue Springs, Missouri, and Blue Springs South High School, graduating high school in 2027. She will be up. The infielder, she's right-handed, throws right and bats right.
Now we do have some intel on Emma Morgan. Her favorite player she has listed as Bobby Witt Jr. Don't know if you remember, just a couple days ago on Monday, Bobby Witt Jr. in the MLB Home Run Derby took second place to Teoscar Hernandez of the Dodgers. But maybe she can make it into that final round like he did. We'll have a top 3 here
Yeah.
that'll face off for that title. But maybe some parallels.
Yeah.
Maybe she's manifesting that with her favorite player being Bobby
Yes,
Witt Jr. there.
As Morgan slicing it out to right center field. But boy, in an environment here that she's excited to be a part of, and it's just a great cause overall as Morgan just popping them up so far. Just trying to find her groove. You know, it's a little bit unconventional with home run derbies. You got constantly pitches going at you instead of time to set up and regather yourself. So it's a lot of power and really quickly too. So Morgan just talking things over with her coach,
15 seconds remaining.
Carrie
on this
Kahnke.
timeout.
This is a Royals team that not have their best outing last year, went 0-4, but certainly they have more of a veteran team this year.
Emma, you may remain hitting.
And so Morgan back on the clock.
15 seconds left on the clock.
And she's able to pop one up, looking to just get a hold of one.
Final 5 seconds. Everyone give a hand for Emma Morgan, please.
So Morgan's time is done. Not able to get any on so far. She's finished with 0. So Kaylin Napier will be up this time. So Harrison with 7, Colazzo with 1. As we're 4 players down, 6 more to go. So Indy RBI, once again, Kaylin Napier. Decatur Central High School in Indianapolis.
Favorite game day snack is Starbucks. As we saw when we were walking in, there's one right out on the corner. So wonder if she had some before. Give her a little bit of extra fuel, some gas, be
Yeah,
able to
maybe-
send those over the wall.
Maybe some coffee before, yep.
I'm sure we'll be making a few trips over there over the course of the weekend.
Yeah, 8:30 a.m. That's the first time. That is the first game tomorrow. So bright and early, a full day of softball ahead. So Napier, first one fouled back. Well, Napier just sends that one out. Well, she can rip through the ball. There goes Napier. That one heads back in just before the track. So she's going to take her break. But yeah, Harrison was 7, and well, the home run derby. This is the first time they've had it in the 3 years that it's been here. So very new, but certainly exciting, and just a great warm-up for these players ahead of a lot of softball this weekend.
5 seconds. Kaylin, you may begin.
So Napier is back on the clock. Can that one head out? And just short.
You wonder, too, if this is good just for all the girls being out in the outfield and obviously the ones who are hitting to kind of get to know the ballpark a little bit.
Yeah.
They're all the way back there, especially for the outfielders. If balls are carrying over there, they get to kind of know the geography as she gets her first one there. Maybe she's getting into a groove, found a sweet spot, and just kind of, like I said, getting to know the park. I'm sure they've been out here before, and I'm sure they were able to get a look at it before they start the pool play tomorrow. But
sure.
this is kind of bringing it more to life, I feel like it would be, before they kind of get going tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, get familiar with the surface as Kaylin Napier finishes with 1, but an important home run as her time is up.
And that one home run has her at a tie for second. We have 1 with 7 and 2 with 1. So if the top 3 from that were to go, she would be included in that, but we'll have to see how the rest of this plays out as we're about halfway through now.
The Cubs are going to take the field once more. Olivia Jacinto looks to be taking the plate. Chicago. All Chicago natives except Rosalia Gonzalez from Lyons, Illinois. But this is a program that's certainly excited to host once again.
She says she needs to have braids in her hair, and she has them in today.
Perhaps that's good luck.
That's what'll do it. That's the trick.
She's a key player on this team. She is a catcher, a big power hitter. They're head coached by Chris Thompson, who joined Cubs Charities back in 2019. This is the team that had 2 great games last year. They went 2-2, lost to the White Sox, beat the Tigers, and were able to beat Indy, and then also lost to the Guardians as well.
The Guardians and Tigers now move to a different regional.
5 regionals this weekend, all across the country. This is the Central Regional. As Jacinto steps into that, rips it high. She's going to take her time.
30 seconds on the clock.
The Chicago Cubs, Jacinto, certainly one of those key players. They have not won a regional title as a host. They're certainly looking to do that this weekend.
Final 5 here.
They have 2 catchers listed as their key players, the Chicago Cubs Nike RBI, Jacinto here, and then Yaneli Contreras. Being a catcher in this kind of age range, you're kind of commanding the infield a little bit. You got to really kind of take charge behind home plate there,
Yeah.
obviously, when you're throwing to second. A lot of bases were stolen last year. We saw that a lot. So making those plays to second and just kind of being in control of your infield there. And if you're a power hitter like we hear Jacinto is, that's a pretty good artillery she has there.
Yeah, certainly does.
10 seconds
Jacinto back just before. But they're playing at a field at Flames Field. This UIC team, they have been conference champions for a while, so this has been a winning field and a winning ballpark as Jacinto just not able to get one, but a good showing for her.
Zariah Hatcher up next from the White Sox RBI. She plays the corners, first and third.
She went to out of Chicago as well.
Azaria Hatcher from the Chicago White Sox.
It was to Andrew High School.
Your time when set.
Here is Hatcher. Can she join her fellow White Sox teammate?
Their coach pitching had both of them in those batting cages pretty early before the stadium started to fill up here, before they were warming up on the lawn just behind us. They were both getting a lot on him, as far as what I could tell. So
That certainly seems beneficial to Zaria so far. Heads back in the left center, just at the track. I mean, yeah, as you talked about, not only is it good for the batters, but and for the infield as well. Able to field some foul balls. As Hatcher gonna go deep center, just getting under it.
And your timeout starts now. You've got 30 seconds.
She's gonna take her time and we'll step back in. Looks like she's got the dunks on as well.
that's some pretty sweet
Yeah.
shoes.
15 seconds left.
Everybody's just rocking really cool shoes out here today, I guess.
Yeah, Clark.
Maybe we need to step up our game.
It certainly seems
Plain,
like it.
plain white and plain black shoes for us on here.
I don't think the Vans are cutting it.
I don't. Yeah, my Dr. Scholl's.
Hit hitting.
Hatcher will resume, and she's back on the clock. Cranks it out to left, back in once again. Man, if they can get that first home run, but that second home run seems so far could be crucial.
Now, do we know what they do if they have a tie of some sort for those top 3 spots? Because if she were to get one here, you have 3 people with 1
Right.
and 1 with 7. So
Right. They will have to find that out as Hatcher back. This is probably her last pitch.
Give her a hand on the knife.
So Hatcher, good contact through about a minute and a half. Not able to see one go over the wall. White Sox, though, they have a lot of hitters as Savannah Roberts looks to be next. Out of Homewood, Illinois.
From Homewood, Illinois. Next up is Savannah Roberts.
Plays first and third.
Minute and 30 seconds begins when you
Out
are
of
ready.
Gary, Nike RBI. Here is Roberts. Well, she's got a good swing. She's fast with it. A lot of power. pops that one up, heading back and just short off the wall.
She
That
does
one
have
looks
a really
good.
nice swing there.
Yeah, she does. Very smooth. Just skying him, just getting under it. Roberts slices one right, and there's the first home run. As she's gonna take her break. As Savannah Roberts able to crank one out to right center and put her name on the board. Well, if she could find a way to get another home run, that surely could put her in the final. This is a White Sox team that went 3-1, but missed out on playing in the regional championship just due to a tiebreaker. They lost to Cleveland on runs allowed. As Roberts, and just short. Man, oh man. Looking for that second home run. Surely could put her through to the final. And there it is, Savannah Roberts, 210 back to dead center. She's got 2 home runs. Harrison leading with 7. As Roberts once again. And there's the third home run. And there's number 4 for Roberts. 4 home runs. And surely could put her through to the final. That was a great run there from Roberts.
It was. Once she settled in there, she was really getting them over the wall. She got 4 of them, or as close to the wall as I think that ball could have gone. But an interesting thing with how her coach was kind of throwing to her there, I've noticed with all the other batters who have gone, it's just kind of been a toss. They've been tossing it straight. She's getting a little bit of a backspin. You wonder if that's a pitch that she likes, and her coach knows she likes to hit it. He was putting some sort of like backspin on it, kind of twisting his hand as he released it. So it was kind of spinning out a little bit. So could be a pitch she likes to hit, and we can see that this
weekend. A lot more
weekend.
speed on that as well, able to, yeah, that's a good point there. It wasn't more of a loft. Yeah, that's a good point. So Cheyenne Daniel out of Ben Davis High School in Morrisville, Indiana. The 10th and final batter of this first round. Or excuse me, the 9th batter. Currently right now, Harrison with 7, Roberts with 4, Colazzo with 1. Trying to find her groove.
She didn't get a piece. She got a little piece of that last one, but didn't send it very far. Decides to take her time out there. She's going to switch bats.
Perhaps that might do the trick there.
Yeah. You never know.
Always just feel as well. And
Final 5 here. And Cheyenne, you may resume your at-bat.
all right, Cheyenne smacks it out to left. Daniel, and man, just not able to get a hold of one, and she does there.
Seconds remain.
Pitches have just been a little bit slow. Daniel looking to try to get one last shot.
Please give Cheyenne a hand for tonight.
So Cheyenne Daniel not able to see one go over the wall. She finishes with 0. Madison Morris out of Kansas City. The 10th and final batter of this first round. Maya Harrison well in the lead, but she just cemented her name into the final. Savannah Roberts at 4. Colazzo at 1. So Madison Morris out of Spring Hill High in Olaf, Kansas.
Our final hitter of the night from Kansas is Madison Morris. Madison, you may begin your at-bat
So
whenever
she
you
is
are
a
ready.
pitcher, as that's opportunity. Great
Got
hitter.
a very low stance there. She's kind of hunching over a little bit more than the rest of the batters have and bending her knees, squatting down a little bit lower.
Rips it in right. It's funny though, because when you look at the home run derby, obviously the objective is to get a home run, but a lot of these would be great hits during in the game. So you can't look at it in the sense of they're not hitting it well, because they certainly are. Morse just on the ground.
45 seconds remain. And
If
your
these
final
hits are
now you'll have 30
an indication of what's to come, we'll have a lot of action for this weekend.
Yeah, like you mentioned, you can't help but wonder what the plays would be on these hits if
Right.
they were hitting it like this just in a normal game with the outfield and infield, and how it would kind of play out here, and if this is an indication of the spots they like to pick, of how they hit and all of these kinds of things.
final 5 here. And Maddie, you are set to resume your at-bat.
Morris back on the clock. Just about under 30 seconds.
Final 20 seconds here.
Morris making great contact.
10 seconds remain.
Is not able to see it over the wall.
Final 5.
But she's going to be a key player for this team. She is a pitcher who has a big arm. And so Morris finishes with 0. And right now, you have Savannah Roberts has 4, Maya Harrison 7, Colazzo with 1.
So it sounds like what's going to happen here is, since 4 made numbers, they're going to send all 4 of them instead of having a tiebreaker for the 2 who got 1 there.
Maya Harrison, Savannah Roberts, and Kaylin Napier.
And Kaylin Napier, she did have that 1 home run. So Napier from Indy RBI.
For our finals tonight, the same rules remain. Each batter will have a minute and 30 seconds at the plate with 1 30-second timeout. Now, a fresh reminder, the ball must
So Mia Colazzo, who started things off with 1 home run, she'll be back here in one of 4 players in the final. Colazzo and Napier had that tiebreaker, but they both had 1. So they're going to see themselves in the final. Maya Harrison was 7. Well, Roberts with 4. So Colazzo, only the lefty we've seen. I remember she had a lot of her first attempt. A lot of them were right at the track. I mean, just a couple feet more, and she would be seeing a lot more home runs. So let's see what Colazzo can do. Cranks it out to right. She slashes it out way in right field, just short.
She's kind of doing the same thing here, getting a lot of power on it and just cranking them out to right field here. I'm sure that'll be an indication of what we'll see from her in the tournament.
She is a lefty. If you're the teams playing her, you definitely want to understand that a lot of her hits are all the way to the right.
That's another good point, is being able to read these batters. You're kind of getting a preview of what they're good at and where they like to hit, so that could be something you use to determine your fielding position when you see them come up to the plate, how you want to play the ball, and just where you want to set, and give you a little bit of a preview as to what you're going to see from these girls when they're playing against them and they come up to the plate.
Colazzo had to take a break for a second. She's back on the clock. 36 seconds. And just short. It can be deceiving at times when you see that ball go way up and you think it might be back, but just short. And does that one have enough distance? It does not. Bounces over the wall.
20 seconds.
Boy, Colazzo just at the track, and there's her first home run here in the second round.
10 seconds remain.
Colazzo again.
5 left. And Mia, everyone give her a hand for that home run.
So Mia Colazzo won in the first round, got her to the final, and won here in the second round.
A big thing there, I think that might have been a little bit of a just weakness as far as going against the clock, was she was popping a lot of them up, and the rule is you have to wait till they drop in order to pitch another one, and most of those she was just popping up and then popping them up again, and when you have to wait for those to drop, it's you can't get as many pitches in, so a little bit less opportunity to send those over the wall and out of the park.
That's a good point. Well, here is the leader right now in terms of home runs, Maya Harrison. 7 home runs in the first round, but it doesn't matter what she did in the first round. It matters that she's here in the final. Can she put up another similar number again? Harrison, that first one is just short, but a good sign to start off.
She's making this look really easy. She's getting a lot of power in her swing, and her body's not moving a whole lot. She just steps into it and lets it rip, and they're all going at least the track.
Well, there's number 1 for Harrison. And you make a good point. It looks so effortless when she swings through. So Maya Harrison, 30 seconds down, has a home run, sends it back. And that first run she did, she just found a groove. After that first home run, she went 2, 3, 4, 5. So she's going to take a break. This is interesting here. She has 1 home run through about 50 seconds. Here, 41 seconds remain. Currently looking for number 2.
I'm noticing here, too, with her, a lot more communication between her and her coach than you kind of saw with anyone else, and that can, I mean, make or break it. She had the most out of anyone in that first round as she takes a little bit of a water break, but before every pitch, it seems like he's kind of communicating with her and letting her know something to fix, something to tweak, and Obviously, in the first round, it paid off, and she's getting a lot on these here, too. They're just barely missing that wall.
Harrison pops it up. Yeah, the communication between her and her team as Harrison, can she see number 2? And does. Maya Harrison currently in the lead right now. And that one, they wave goodbye for number 3. There's 4. Harrison on a rampage. Make it just, that bounced over. And that could be 5. It is. Maya Harrison, wow, had 1 home run throughout 50 seconds. Take it from 41 seconds. She has 4 home runs. 5 is the number to beat.
Kind of the same thing. It took her a little bit longer to kind of settle in there, but once she did, she just started smoking one after the other, just like she did in that first round.
Well, if that's any indication of how this weekend's going to go for her, she is going to be a problem for other teams, and they're going to have to keep an eye on her.
Our third hitter of this finals is Savannah Roberts from Homewood, Illinois.
So Savannah Roberts, who had 4 home runs in the first time around. So Roberts looking to challenge Harrison. Mind you, Harrison had 7, 5 in the second round. Roberts had 4 in the first round. She's got a great swing. Very smooth, quick hands. Sends it back, and there's the first one for Roberts. A good start through the first 20 seconds. Roberts again, and sees that one goodbye for number 2. Roberts, make it 3.
She's getting them pretty quick here.
That's a good point with the pitching as well, as Roberts will take it to number 4. Her and Harrison, well, she's got 4. Harrison has 5 with 39 seconds. Savannah Roberts has a chance not only to tie, but to perhaps win it.
This would be really cool for her here if she were able to win this derby. It's Gary's first time sending a softball program to this MLB, Nike, RBI, any sort of regional tournament for the RBI program. So it would be really cool for her if she was able to represent the program like that and come away with the title on the home run derby to kick off the whole weekend.
Roberts looking to tie, and does. That's her 5th with 20 seconds. Does she have 1 more left in the tank? That is high and deep and back and gone. Savannah Roberts, 6 home runs. Make it 7 to dead center. Wow. 7 home runs for Savannah Roberts. She elevated her game from the first round to the second round. 3 more home runs. That's 11 total. Wow.
And you mentioned that too, from the first ball she swung at in the first round. Her swing is so quick, it's so smooth, and again, she makes it look so effortless, and that came to fruition here.
Yeah, you talk about, Gary, this is their first time sending a team to really any regional tournament. To start off like that with one of your players winning the home run derby has to feel good for momentum and just all around.
Yeah, this could be a really good thing to just establish momentum too. You have something that's not of any meaning to the competition as a whole, who goes to that to that RBI World Series rather. So it could be a really good way to kick off the weekend, feel things out, and whoever wins this, it would give their team a lot of confidence when they're at the plate, and that can change a lot in how the game is played.
So Kaylin Napier will be up. she's the second Gary player as well. She had 1 home run, and it's going to need a big performance from her. But 2 of the standouts in terms of power hitting have been Maya Harrison and Savannah Roberts. But Roberts hitting 7 when it counts the most in the second round. Napier just trying to find anything on it. So she's going to take her time. She's going to need a big performance. About a minute left here in this home run derby.
Final 5 here. And Kaylin, you may resume your at-bat.
So Kaylin Napier. A great hitter. She steps into it. Releases a lot of power. Napier looking to see one go back, and her teammates waved goodbye, but that was just short.
Last 15 here.
Popped it up back.
Final 5.
And Kaylin Napier, a good showing for her. Found her way into the final round. Not able to see a home run go. But looks like Savannah Roberts will take home the home run derby, the first ever home run derby in the RBI Central Regional Tournament in Chicago. What's interesting though, she had 4 home runs in the first, 7 in the second. Harrison had 12 home runs total, but she did it when it counted.
First ever home run derby at the Central Regional Tournament in Chicago. First time Gary Nike RBI sends a program for softball, and the player they send will be the winner. Gotta be some good omen for the weekend. I'm sure they're very happy. They're proud of her with that one.
Well, that will do things for us here on Windy City Sports Network. We have a full day of softball tomorrow. Kicks off at 8:30 in the morning. Indy at Kansas City Royals here from Flames Field. It will be on WCSN. They'll be on the main channel, but boy, it is exciting that the tournament has officially kicked off. And yeah, I mean, full day of softball tomorrow and Saturday, and on the championship on Sunday. So.
And we'll be with you through it all.
So certainly a
so
lot.
So don't get sick of us yet.
So certainly a lot ahead. Myself and Gabby will have the call all weekend long. But for now, that will do it for the Home Run Derby. Congrats to Savannah Roberts from Gary Nike RBI. We'll see you bright and early in the morning for Indy at Royals. Looking forward to it. Have a good night.